Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Dear Venerable Sangha, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, you're invited to join in this weekly Buddhist Newsreel on Phật Tích online channel. Hereafter, 7 major headlines of Buddhist activities of the week. The 18th United Nations Day of VESAK celebration 2023 organized in Thailand. HANOI, Permanent Section of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Administrative Council commemorates 60th anniversary of Bodhisattva Thích Quảng, who sacrifices by self-immolation for Buddha Dharma protection. BAC NINH, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Lưu Quang leads his delegation to congratulate VESAK at Phật Tích Pagoda, Special National Vestige. Ho Chi Minh City, art performance Sacred Fire Shining with Golden History. Buddhists across country happily welcome VESAK celebration of Buddha calendar 2567. Ho Chi Minh City, a Vietnamese Buddhist awarded the world record for her Tam Dai Yu Bao teapot collection. Poland, VESAK celebration at Pinh Phúc Pagoda. The following are the news in details. The 18th United Nations Day of VESAK Day 2023 was held in 2 days of the 1st and 2nd of June 2023 at Mahat Chulalongkorn Buddhist University at the UNESCO Hall of Conference Center in Bangkok, Thailand, with attendance of delegates from countries worldwide. The theme of this UN Day of VESAK is Buddhist Wisdom Coping with Global Crisis.
In witness of the United Nations Day of VESAK celebration 2023, it was honored to have His Holiness Somdhet Phra Mahamuneewong, the 20th Patriarch of the Golden Temple country, Thailand, deliver a congratulatory speech to all participants, and he directly met the great monks, representatives of Buddhist leaders from other countries, including the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Most Venerable Viên Minh, Vice Dharma Master of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, and the 2 Vice Chairmen of the Administrative Council, Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Most Venerable Thích Tâm and Most Venerable Dao Nhu. In his opening speech, Most Venerable Professor Dr. Prabhama Mudit, President of the International Council for the Day of VESAK and the International Association of Buddhist University, said that the UN Day of VESAK is celebrated every year for the World Buddhist Sangha to meet and discuss the application of the Buddha's wide teaching to solve common problem of mankind. However, for the past 3 years, the organization of Great Festival had to be suspended due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. He emphasized that the main theme of the 18th UN VESAK Day is Buddhist wisdom coping with global crisis. The 18th UN Day of VESAK 2023 also received many congratulatory messages from Buddhist leaders and political leaders. At the ceremony, H.T. Viên Minh declared to read a congratulatory message of the Dharma Master of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Most Venerable Thích Quảng. All delegates also heard a message from the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. 3 panels discussion topics took place in the afternoon of the same day on 3 issues about Buddhist wisdom achieved for peace, Buddhist advice coping with climate change, and Buddhist contribution to further social and humanitarian development after COVID-19 pandemic. Accordingly, 11 speakers from the US, UK, Thailand, Korea, Sri Lanka, and China presented and answered questions concerning of the delegate. This is an international humanistic and cultural festival recognized by the United Nations organization after discussing Title 174 of the agenda and the 54th sessions of the United General Assembly on December 15, 1999. In particular, all 3 important events in the life of the Buddha, birthday, enlightenment, and parinirvana took place on the full moon day of VESAK, unifying 3 important events and considered as the most sacred month. This great event is seen by the world Buddhist community as a precious opportunity to spread the Buddha's message of compassion, wisdom, peace, and non-violence around the world. Many contents are discussed in order to contribute to the good social development according to Buddhist themes for social life. Previously, the UN Day of VESAK was successfully held in Vietnam in 2008, 2014, and 2019.
Dear Venerable Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, the 18th UN Day of VESAK celebration 2023 is held in Bangkok, Thailand, with the participation of over 50 countries around the world. Last 2 days there were so many meaningful activities. Now we are at Buddha Mountain preparing for a circumambulation, pray for peace. This is also the last activity of the ceremony this year.
On the occasion of VESAK celebration, the Standing Section of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Administrative Council solemnly held a ceremony to commemorate the 60th anniversary of Bodhisattva Thích who sacrificed by self-immolation for Dharma protection, 1963 to 2023, at NGAY Pagoda, Hanoi City.
Attending the memorial ceremony were Most Venerable Thích, Standing Vice Chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Administrative Council, Most Venerable Thích, Vice Chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Administrative Council, Head of Hanoi City Buddhist Administrative Board, Most Venerable Thích, Vice Chairman, General Secretary of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Administrative Council, Venerable Thích, Vice Secretary, Chief of Office 1 of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, and Priest of Office 1, leaders of Hanoi Buddhism and Buddhist representatives of 30 districts and towns in Hanoi. Most Venerable Thích, born name of Lâm Văn Túc, was born in 1897 in Vang Ninh District, Khánh Hòa Province. During the Southern Buddhist struggle movement for freedom of belief, protesting against the policy of religious discrimination and persecution of Buddhism by the Ngo Dinh Diem government, on June 11, 1963, Most Venerable Thích performed manifest might, burned his body to make offerings and protect the Dharma. To commemorate the great merits of Bodhisattva Thích, the Venerable monks and nuns held a ceremony to offer incense, tea on his spirit tablet, and his altar photo in gratitude for his great contributions and sacrifice, the noble birth that he devoted completely to the Dharma and the nation. While the stupa commemorating Bodhisattva Thích is under reconstruction, the ceremony is performed respectfully in the ancestral shrine.
On the morning of May 29, 2023, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Lưu Quang led a delegation of the leaders of the party, government and Vietnam Fatherland Front to the special national vestige of Phật Tích Pagoda to congratulate the Buddha's birthday, to meet Venerable Thích, Vice Chairman, Secretary General of the Administrative Council, Head of the International Buddhist Section of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha.
The Deputy Prime Minister sent greetings on Buddha's birthday, year 2567, to all monks and nuns, Vietnamese Buddhist followers in the country and abroad. He appreciated the Buddhist achievements that the monks, nuns, and Buddhists of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha had achieved, especially in those first months of 2023. It was remarkable with active charity work, social security to support people in difficult circumstances, and people with meritorious services to the country. It includes the goals and programs of Buddhist activities successfully deployed by the 9th Congress of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha recently. In response, Venerable Vice Chairman thanked the attention of leaders of the party, government, Vietnam Fatherland Front, Central Committees and Ministry and provinces, especially the Deputy Prime Minister personally, who spent the time to congratulate Buddhists this year on Buddha's birthday. Venerable Thích affirmed that the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha always inherits and promotes the 1,000-year tradition of Vietnamese Buddhism to accompany the nation in all historical circumstances, putting the people on first row in accordance with the teachings of Sakya Muni.
On the evening of May 28th, at the Vietnam National Pagoda, District 10, the art program Sacred Fire Shining with Golden History was solemnly held by Ho Chi Minh City Buddhist Board in coordination with the Ho Chi Minh City Buddhist Culture subsection.
Speaking at the opening of the show, Venerable Thích, member of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Administrative Council, head of Ho Chi Minh City Buddhist Cultural Subsection, head of the organizing committee, said that the event of VESAK and the 60th memorial of the cremation is an important activity and prominent movement of the Buddhism in Ho Chi Minh City at the beginning of the 10th tenure, 2022-2027. The symbol of 60th year and 7 golden lotuses, Welcome the Blessed One, was placed on the main platform. Activities include Buddha procession, float car parade, and Buddhist art performance, Sacred Fire Shining with Golden History. In the art night, Most Venerable Thích, head of Ho Chi Minh City Buddhist Board, talked about the meaning of Buddha's birth to the entire attendees. The art performance consists of 3 parts: Welcome Buddha, Bodhisattva Heart, Proud of the Buddha's Child, with many performances of songs, dances, and musicals performed by professional artists, bringing about the profound program in the spirit of gratitude and gratefulness to the Buddha, Bodhisattva Thích Quảng and other ancestors. The program, Sacred Fire Shining with Golden History, brought to the audience, Buddhists and Buddhist lovers, the profound values of Buddhism in life through the perspective of performing arts, affirming the great role of Vietnamese Buddhism throughout its history, having always promoted the tradition of patriotism, attachment, and companionship with the nation. The program also paid tribute to the sacrifice of Bodhisattva Thích Quảng, the Dharma monk who burned his body, fought for peace during the Dharma protection event in 1963, spreading the immortal spirit of Buddhism, bringing love, compassion, and charity to the peaceful and happy lives of people.
Buddha's birthday becomes a great festival of the Buddha's followers. On this occasion, pagodas and monasteries organize fiesta of making offerings, lighting candles, bathing Buddha, listening to Dharma talks, practicing fasting, and charity. Buddha's birthday celebration also includes other activities such as parades, floating lanterns on the river, cultural programs to celebrate VESAK Day.
At Phước Liên Pagoda, Châu Thành District, Kiên Giang Province, the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha of Châu Thành District celebrated the Buddha's birthday on the morning of May 27, 2023. Next, on May 28th, Hà Tiên City Buddhist Parochial Board also held a Buddha's birthday celebration at Tam Bảo Pagoda, with musical variety show performed by Buddha's children to celebrate the Buddha's birthday. The whole audience listened to the happy birthday message of His Holiness Prelate of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha and the Buddha's birthday speech by the Most Venerable Chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Administrative Council. The public also listened to the Dharma's talk about the Buddha's birthday, delivered by the head of the Dharma Evangelism section. The Buddha bathing ritual was performed solemnly and respectfully in front of the statue of the newborn Buddha. At Phước Long Pagoda and Tân Giác Pagoda, Mỹ Tú District, and Cù Lao Dung District, Sóc Trăng Province, the Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board solemnly organized a gathering ceremony to celebrate the Buddha's birthday of year 2567 on the morning of the May 28th. After the rituals, the venerables and masses performed a sacramental bathing the Buddha and released pigeons and balloons to pray for peace and happiness for all people. At Lưu Khê Pagoda, Ấn Hòa District, HANOI City, and Lại Yên Pagoda, Hoài Đức District, HANOI City, the two districts' Buddhist parochial boards solemnly held Buddha's birthday on the morning of May 29, 2023. On the morning of May 30, Gia Lâm District Buddhist Parochial Board also held a grand celebration of Buddha's birthday at Nan Pagoda, Gia Lâm District, HANOI City. On this occasion, Hoài Đức District Buddhist Parochial Board gave gifts to support the local disadvantaged students to overcome difficulties in their studying. Gia Lâm District Buddhist Parochial Board also gave gifts and cash to support the Association of the Blind and Elderly with difficult circumstances. The total amount for the gifts is 56 million Vietnam dong. The mass chanted the birthday sutra and performed the Buddha bathing ceremony to celebrate the Buddha's birth. In Đồng Tháp Province, at Phát Quang Pagoda, Tam Nông District, and Thanh Lập Pagoda, Tháp Mường District, the District Buddhist Parochial Board held the Buddha birthday celebration in the joyful atmospheres of the whole Mass to celebrate the Buddha's birthday. At Quang Âm Monastery, Ho Chi Minh City, on the morning of May 28th, the Phú Nhuận District Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board solemnly held the grand Buddha's birthday and the memorial ceremony of Bodhisattva Thích Quảng Đức, the deceased monk. On this occasion, 500 gifts were given to support the disadvantaged people. Each gift portion is worth 500,000 Vietnam dong. In the afternoon of the same day, a flower floating processions to celebrate Buddha's birthday took place on the streets of district to spread the message of Buddha's birthday to the Buddhist followers. The procession involved 200 cyclists, led by district Buddhist monks and nuns. At Hương Lâm Pagoda, Hậu Giang Province, on the morning of May 30, Châu Thành A District Buddhist Parochial Board celebrated the Buddha's birthday of year 2567. The Venerable Honorifics, monks, nuns, and the entire assembly held a sacred ceremony to celebrate the Buddha's birthday, chanted the birthday sutras, performed a ritual of bathing the body of the newborn Buddha, and paying respects, and to contemplate over the Buddha's teachings on peace and happiness. At Phước Long Pagoda, Cần Thơ City, the Buddha's birthday celebration took place on the morning of May 30, 2023. On this occasion, the District Buddhist Parochial Board gave 751 gifts, each worth 300,000 Vietnam dong, to support people in difficult circumstances in the area.
On the morning of May 28, 2023, at the T78 Convention Center, District 3, Ho Chi Minh City, female Buddhist Ngô Thị Thanh Tâm, Dom name Niệm Từ, was honored to receive 2 world records, simultaneously hitting a world record recognized by the World Records Union, World Kings, and the World Record Association, with a number of 1,000 tea sets made from Du Sha clay over many years, displaying her collection called Tam Gia Yu Bảo.
Previously, in April and October 2022, tea connoisseur Ngô Thị Thanh Tâm also received the Vietnamese record and Asian record for this collection, respectively. PHAT is held at the best teapot used to make delicious tea due to the special property of THICH clay mined in Yixing, Jiangsu Province, China, the only place in the world where produces all kinds of teapots but has stopped the soil extraction for the last 20 years. Therefore, tea master Ngô Thị Thanh Tâm, with an endless passion for the art of tea pleasure, has meticulously and carefully selected to collect more than 1,000 THICH teapots with diverse designs, crafted by the talented and skillful hands of artisans in the craft village during the past 30 years, because the teapot is one of the 4 factors for making delicious tea. The fate attached to the THICH tea and teapot came to her in 1993 when in Taiwan, tea master Ngô Thị Thanh Tâm spent a lot of time studying tea and tea ceremony. Since then, the collection Heartfelt Tea with Magic Value has been collected up to more than 1,000 THICH teapots by tea connoisseur Ngô Thị Thanh Tâm, with many dates from the Qing dynasty to the present day. On this occasion, the Vietnam Union of UNESCO Association also awarded the certificate for the course of preservation and development of intangible culture to the collection Heartfelt Tea with Magic Value by tea master Ngô Thị Thanh Tâm. Speaking at the ceremony, Buddhist tea master Ngô Thị Thanh Tâm said that, besides the collection of heartfelt tea with magic value, she also collected many rare and precious teas at home and abroad that have spent more than half of her life, including ancient tea from several decades, hundreds of years to thousands of years old. What she worries about is how to preserve and promote the value of Vietnam's ancient tea, because it is a rare tea line with historical value that needs to be preserved and developed.
On the afternoon of May 28, 2023, the monks in THICH Pagoda, a suburb of Warsaw, Poland, solemnly held a great VESAK celebration of calendar year 2567.
Attending the ceremony were Ambassador Nguyen Hung and the officials of the embassy, representative of the Vietnamese Association in Poland, Nhan Hoa Pagoda, Vietnamese community organizations in Poland, and a large number of Buddhist and pro-Buddhism people. The representative of the Resident Cultural House, where Thiên Phúc Pagoda is located, representative of the Asian and Pacific Museum, and some Polish guests also attended the ceremony. After welcoming the venerable honorifics, the ceremony was dignified with rituals of greeting Buddhism flag, compassion, contemplation, offering flowers, and so on. Venerable Thích now solemnly proclaimed the message dispatched by Most Venerable Thích Quảng, Dharma Master of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, to monks, nuns, and Buddhists on this occasion. Ambassador Nguyen Hung, on behalf of the embassy, wished everyone who loves Buddhism to be healthy, united, and live a good life in a beautiful religion. Buddhist THIòng NG ANH at Thiên Phúc Pagoda, as from member, sent her words of gratitude on the occasion. The program also displayed children's dance performances and community singers singing to fill the ceremony atmosphere with religious love. After reciting the Buddha's name, the venerable honorifics and Ambassador Nguyen Hung and the entire public paid respects and took turns to perform the ritual of bathing the newborn Buddha, contemplating and letting go of greed, hatred, and illusion, as well as practice the Buddha's teaching of the four immeasurables: compassion, joy, and equanimity, to have a peaceful and happy life.
Venerable monks and nuns, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, the last news has signed off this weekly newsreel. Thank you for your attention and following. Goodbye and see you in the next program on PSO TV channel. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha.